Nobody is muted, so, you know. Behave yourselves.
Okay. I will.
Yeah, I was really...
so much a question.
Yeah.
Behold.
Okay. Well, I heard the fucking audio be different when I clicked on it. It's not the normal voice, so interesting, but, anyway, so this is a video that Spencer told me that we should do a live, react to. So that's exactly what we're doing.
Hi, YouTube.
Say hi, Corbin.
Hi, Corbin.
That will never not be funny.
Be able to hear us throughout.
Yeah.
They're gonna. Okay, just making sure.
Why would I mute it if I'm responding to a video? Like, I only mute it because of copyright.
I love Corbin.
I mean, I figured. I just want to make sure. Thanks, Corbin. Good job, Corbin.
I like how you said thanks when he just said he loved himself.
He's contributing. I gotta thank him for it.
Okay. Alright, you guys can see it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Alright, let's jump in.
Yeah,
This is apparently a JCS, or Jim Can't Swim, that's what his channel used to be called. It's newlyweds tell on each other. So let's...
Behold, the sacred union that unites two souls into a lifelong journey.
That sounds like his voice, but it sounds like AI, like the guy that they normally have voice it.
Yeah, it sounds...
On the 2nd of December
exactly.
of 2017, Amelia and Joshua got
like, it sounds like someone took his voice and put it into, like, 11 Labs.
married.
It
They
sounds
danced through the night to their
passable,
favorite
but...
love songs,
Yeah.
which consisted primarily of Ed Sheeran. Then continued the celebration in their luxury hotel room that was overlooking the
Fucking
river.
animated? When the fuck did they... Like, this is... Correct me if I'm wrong, they've never animated anything on this channel before, right?
No.
Okay, I thought so. Hang on, I'm gonna pull up the stream chat on my phone. Normally I don't have, you know, the stream chat up while I'm doing responses, and I'm probably not gonna read the whole thing, but, you know... Or I'm probably not gonna be reading, especially since it's just Cheese in the chat now. Cheese says, bro, that's definitely AI. And granted, when I say cheese, I'm not talking about Chisu. I'm talking about, you know, cheese, bitch. You're my bitch. Anyway.
They moved to Florida, bought a house, and absolutely loved it. Except the only issue was that it didn't have a nice enough kitchen, so they decided to commit first-degree fraud. You see, both Amelia and Joshua worked at the bank. Josh was a loan recovery officer, the person from the bank that calls you up to politely threaten you about your overdue payments. Amelia was a bank teller, meaning she took care of regular transactions, such as depositing...
This is some out-of-season April Fool's shit.
...checks or withdrawing money for her customers. And
you all have phones, right?
...was an elderly man called Gerald Stack.
You all have phones, right?
...that he had sustained a traumatic brain injury, and therefore was easily confused and forgetful. So Amelia initially began helping him out, even with things outside of her job, such as bringing him groceries or managing errands. But then her husband found out.
This isn't a real re-upload, is it?
...and came up with the idea to steal $50,000.
This was actually on JCS's channel.
This was on... Do you want to know how long it was on his channel?
Sure, how long?
Should I wait for that?
Alright, no, yeah, you said it was really quick.
Hours.
12 hours, okay.
From her client's
It was
bank
on his
account,
channel
hoping
for
he
12
wouldn't notice,
hours.
asserting that the money would go towards buying a new kitchen. Amelia then proceeded with the plan by writing herself 2 checks from Gerald's account for $20,000.
Someone fucking hacked him and, like, did, like, an AI... Well, not him, because, again, the voice actually isn't, like, the guy who owns the channel. They hire a voice guy. It's a bunch of people. But someone fucking hacked the channel and made a fake video, right? That's what this fucking is.
$5,000 each. And then, as expected, Gerald didn't notice. So they began enjoying life being 50 grand richer, assuming their plan would
alright.
actually
That's the vibe I'm getting here. And that's why it's like AI of the correct voice.
On the other end was Gerald's 52-year-old daughter, Cynthia, asking for a transaction history on her father's
There's no way in fuck that guy has a 52-year-old daughter.
Account, and why there was $50,000 missing.
No, the
response
old
was that she couldn't give out too much information because Cynthia wasn't the
Oh, right. Okay.
account holder, but she assured her she would look into it thoroughly and get back to her.
Wait, so, but was the chick in the picture supposed to be the 52-year-old? Because there's no way that chick's 52.
No, he's not showing.
Missed calls on Amelia's phone over the next 3 days, but on day 4, the calls stopped coming in. On July 18th, 2018, Cynthia
Cheese, you're an idiot. Cheese is like, not to say racist. He didn't even say sound. He said not to say racist, but why are they both Indian?
What?
You do realize that this is from a true crime channel, right? Like, again, I think this is a bullshit video, but what kind of retarded question is that?
Shot to death in their apartment.
Why are you Indian?
Forensics went through Cynthia's call history and quickly uncovered the situation with Amelia and the stolen money. They already had enough evidence to charge her with fraud and send her to jail, but they were far more interested in Josh, their prime suspect in the murders. They had an eyewitness account from a neighbor that placed someone matching his description at the scene, and they also discovered that he had recently purchased a gun from a pawn shop. But this wasn't enough to charge him with murder, which is why they needed a confession, and the primary objective was to obtain it from Amelia. Their interrogations began 9 days after the murders on
Alright, if this doesn't start with an actual interrogation, then we know it's a fake video.
July 26th. Josh was arrested at work.
Because I don't think there's been a single JCS video that doesn't have the actual interrogation.
At their home. She was brought in first at 11:30 a.m.
Okay.
Once the detective gets in here, should be on.
That's still my theory, though. Someone hacked their channel and fucking did like an AI voiceover and like made a fake video.
Stand up at least because I'm comfortable.
Watch me be proven horribly, horribly wrong, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Just should be done. Hang on. I'll be right back.
Okay.
The tone of this also just seems so different.
Here.
It does. It's very like so. In most JCS videos, there's like a story to it. Like the one where what pretending to be crazy looks like. There is a story to the way that one is structured.
Yeah, exactly.
This one doesn't have that story.
I'll tell you my second theory. If it wasn't hacked, it's an AI generated video and they got flack for it and took it down. That's my second theory. I think both are pretty likely. Although, if it's the second one, that's really fucking stupid that they would lower their quality so much to just fucking, like, just throw a bunch of prompts into GPT and, like, make it very obvious it's not really them.
Yeah.
Or, again, maybe it's some weird out-of-season April Fool's joke that they pulled. I don't know. There are several possibilities, but I'm sure we'll get into that.
Hey, they got those off you, right? Yeah. Okay. Here, I brought you some water. All right, Amelia. Obviously, you want to know what's going on, and you know we want to talk to you about some stuff.
Okay.
So, let me start at the beginning. I'm gonna record everything this way we don't miss anything. All right? All right.
Am I like getting arrested or something for something, or?
I'm gonna explain it to you.
Yeah, we'll explain it all to you. Okay.
They collect Amelia's basic information, her home address and phone number.
Like, I'm probably overthinking it, but even the interview feels fake. But again, I'm probably just overthinking it.
All right, Amelia. We gotta go over these with you, okay? Because you were brought here the way you were brought here. All right.
Miranda warning. Why would they warn? What?
You there's always
The Miranda rights are normal. Like, why the fuck would there be a warning? Like, they wouldn't call it the Miranda warning. They'd call it Miranda rights.
two sides to every story. You understand what I'm saying? And obviously, we have one side of the
You know
story
why it's called the
that
Miranda
we're
rights,
saying,
right?
So we want to get the other side of the story, okay?
Assuming
Before I talk to you, I want to make
that's
sure I
related
go
to
over
a
your rights
name.
with you. And you
Yeah, there was a guy named John Miranda who committed rape, but he got dismissed because it was determined he did not properly. They did not properly make sure he understood his rights, and so that's why. Because he told them, "I don't understand what rights I had." He didn't know he had the right to remain silent and stuff like that. So that's why it's called the Miranda rights. Because this guy, John Miranda, who's a rapist who got away with it because he wasn't made aware of his he didn't understand his rights.
understand those rights, okay? And if you have any questions about any of these, you make sure you ask them.
Granted,
Don't you mean Miranda warnings, though?
yeah, but just so you know, also, never rely on this because there's ways they can get around it. If they don't Mirandize you, that doesn't mean that you're going to get dismissed. So don't go commit crimes. There's just a thought.
Okay? All right. All right, you have the right
But
to
if I
answer,
don't
you
commit the
understand?
crimes, what do the police do?
Is that yes?
Yeah, you got to give their job a
Any questions
purpose.
about that? No?
I'm just, I just normally when this starts is like someone getting in trouble or arrested or something.
Well, we just, like I said, we want to be able to talk to you, all right? And this is the right way to do
I don't even know if those people are Indian, to be fair.
They look black.
There's
They look vaguely ethnic.
there could be a very reasonable explanation as to why you're here.
Yeah.
All right, but we have to talk to you about that, okay?
Okay.
Like I said, we only have one side of the
Reflection,
story.
like-
When we have one side, we have to go on that until we have the other side of the story.
Somehow look Mexican, black, and Indian
Just
at the same
because
time.
Yeah, they
these are-
do.
these
They
are
look
your
Mexican,
rights,
black,
so you
and Indian, I
understand
agree.
it, Okay, it's just.
But don't say Hispanic because you're
Makes sense?
Mexican.
Yeah.
All right. Anything you say may be used against you in court. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. So how long have you?
By the way, Spencer, that's a reference to something that happened at work today. I was describing a temp that was causing problems, and our boss, you know her. She used to be a lead on the morning shift. Don't say her name, but you know who I'm talking about, right?
Haven't you said her name before?
I might have.
Strange?
I might have, but I'm not going to, just in case. Okay.
But yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. So I was telling her about it, and I described the guy as Hispanic. And then I said, but that describes like all these temps. And she's like, oh, they're not really Hispanic. They're Mexican. Don't call them Hispanic. Me and this other chick, we're Hispanic. And I'm like, okay, I don't care. I'd call them something else if I wasn't at work. But I don't care what they are. They're fucking slacking.
Look at that house over there.
Wait, what's the difference? Hang on, I was unaware that there was a difference.
So Hispanic is a general term. And I don't know if there's a technicality that makes it not technically true. But regardless, that is the way that it is colloquially used, so she was still wrong. And also, she doesn't know that they're fucking Mexican either, so,
Okay.
Like, she wasn't, like getting mad at me, she was just trying... I think she was trying to mess with me, but it was really fucking stupid. I'm like, I'd call him something else if I wasn't at work. Like, I literally said that to her.
Either June or July, we just purchased that home.
Okay.
He asks Amelia what she does for work. She clarifies that she works at Chase as a bank teller.
Okay, so you work for Chase. Okay. How long you work for Chase for?
December will be 3
This video feels so fucking dull in comparison to the usual narration.
years, I believe. Or 4.
Yeah, and the editing is weird.
Yeah.
Any issues while you're working at Chase?
No. I got a write-up recently.
You did?
Yeah.
What happened?
When was this, in May?
Also, usually, like, fast forwards through the fucking irrelevant parts.
I issued 2 checks for a customer, and I got a write-up for that because they weren't in the branch.
Okay.
But other than that, I've been...
All right. So, Amelia, I can tell you the reason why we're here today is because of that issue with the bank.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
What?
Does that surprise you?
Hold on. This thing has had me so ungripped. Is that even at all been mentioned before in the video?
Sorry, what?
See, you're even less gripped than me. You're not even paying attention to me.
No, I think
what was said.
It was mentioned? The thing about her, like, something with the bank?
Yeah.
Yeah, she works with the bank. That was mentioned.
No, not that. But, like, her having an issue with the bank or something. She got a write-up for something with the customer. I am so ungripped, I don't even remember what she said, like, 5 seconds ago.
This would be the first time specifically the write-up is brought up. However, so the whole crime that they did, which was alluded to at the beginning, is the guy said he had a head injury.
Uh-huh.
So she took that to take two separate charges of $2,500,000 from his bank account.
Hold on, 2,500,000? Wouldn't that be Wouldn't that be fucking 25 million?
No,
there's no such thing as 2,500,000.
250. My bad. 250.
Okay.
That's my bad. That is my bad.
I think I was wrong though. I think that'd be 2.5 million, but whatever.
Cynthia's daughter, his 52-year-old daughter, brought it up to her, and that's the incident of the write-up. Is that whole incident.
What's the crime? She got a write-up because the guy had a head injury. What?
No. So she stole the money.
Oh right, yeah.
She stole the money.
Okay, I'm with it now. Got it.
Then the daughter called and complained, and so then she had her husband go to their house and kill them.
Okay, gotcha.
This is 9 days after the murder.
Well, let's walk through it a little bit, okay? Let's walk through that and see how maybe we came here today, all right, and find out if this was just a misunderstanding or what, okay? So, what was the name of the customer?
Gerald.
Okay.
Mr. Gerald.
So what happened with this write-up? So, I mean, had you been a banker for him for a while? I mean...
Yeah, so I've been his banker since I moved here.
Did you... Okay.
Since we moved here.
So what happened with these checks?
Nothing. He called him. I have the record over global security.
Mm-hmm.
So when they came in, they pulled like call logs, they pulled like cameras, just to make sure like little signature files.
Amelia tries to use imprecise workplace terminology to confuse the detectives. She basically suggests that a security check has already been carried out by her bank, finding no misconduct or malpractice, which is incorrect. She could no longer deal with Gerald's account, and an internal investigation was still ongoing at the time of her arrest.
And that was it. I mean, that happened since March. That was...
When you talk to Gerald, I mean, how did he appear to you? Is he a young guy, old guy?
He's old.
Oh, well, how did he appear to you when you talked to him?
He's okay.
He was okay?
He appeared like an apparition in the corner of the room and said, "You will be visited by 3 ghosts."
No, he told me he had brain... Like, I know like, a little about himself. Like, he had brain surgery.
Mm-hmm.
But for the most part, he remembers things. I don't think he forgets, really. He just...
So he had you draw these 2 checks?
Well, it sure is boring.
How much
Yeah, this is really boring.
What did he have you do? Like, what did he ask for?
No,
I don't think anyone will be opposed to this.
She doesn't clarify where the money was sent, and seems to think that being ambiguous enough will prompt the detectives to move past it, which is obviously ridiculous. They will now initiate the first confrontation.
You've never been arrested before, is that correct? You have 7-year-old sons, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Let me explain something to you. All right? We talked to Gerald, all right? Gerald can't barely tell you what day it is, okay? So
Does this ever get good?
How fast did you go?
2 times?
Can I push for 1.5?
Why? Does this ever get good?
It gets.
I don't know if it's ever good.
What? What'd you say, Spencer?
I said it'll get good in the way you respond to certain things.
So far, it's really fucking boring.
If you're asking if the video it's good.
Yes.
I mean, it'll get more interesting. Definitely.
If you say so.
So if he has you do that, there's 2 things. There's 2 problems we have here, isn't there? Let's start talking. Let's agree with each other. There's 2 problems, don't you think?
At 1.5, this guy sounds like Ben Shapiro.
Over the next 8 minutes, the Orange County Police have redacted the footage, albeit leaving 2 tiny segments.
You see now?
But it's not like I don't want to. Okay.
No.
Nope.
The fuck kind of response is that?
He's a really nice guy.
The footage resumes shortly after the confession. What you need to know is the detective has just asked Amelia about her last correspondence with Cynthia, which is only for the purpose of shifting the focus of the interrogation onto her husband.
Last time, she was supposed to call me back last week, Friday, I believe. I haven't heard from her since. So.
Okay. Does anybody else talk to Cindy? That you know?
Mm-hmm.
No?
Just me.
Okay. And, Josh?
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever talk to them?
No, he never spoke to me. He doesn't even know who they are.
Okay. What, you been at their house?
Him?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm. He doesn't even know where they live. I don't even know where they live.
It's possible Josh went over there and you didn't know?
I mean, how would he know where they live, though?
That's not the question I was asking. Is it possible that he went over there?
Not that I know, no.
So you can't say for sure he did or didn't?
I can say no.
How can you say no?
Because he doesn't know where he doesn't know them.
In JCS's other videos, is there ever like these long stretches of times where it's just the interrogation footage?
No, absolutely not. He always comes in, the narrator does, and starts talking about, like, describing shit and adding commentary. It's never just sit here for the interview and then the commentary comes after, like, fucking, 5 minutes. Like, that's ridiculous.
Well, you since then?
And like I said, it usually fast forwards a lot through the interview as well.
She just stopped.
Like, if this is a genuine video that they put together, it is the laziest fucking editing they've done.
Well, she had told me that she was going to reach back out to me Friday.
Mm-hmm. So today's Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
It's been almost a week. She hasn't reached out to you at all. Have you reached out to her? How come?
Add to the subtitles as well.
But I told her I was on vacation.
The investigator will now bring the discussion to Josh's whereabouts last Wednesday, the day Sean and Cynthia were murdered.
Did you, was there any night? I mean, does Josh... Does he normally go out?
They gave up. They went
all
home.
the time,
Do
actually.
you guys go out? Did he go out without you at one point in time?
He went to Daytona. He
What?
went to Daytona.
And this was on like the proper JCS channel. Like this wasn't one of those clone channels.
No, it's on it. It was on his channel.
Thursday.
The victim
It was on the
Wednesday in
JCS
Orlando. Daytona is an hour's drive away.
Wednesday or
He
Thursday.
went to Daytona? When did you go to Daytona?
What's up, Andy?
She
What's
asserts
up,
they got in a
Francis?
fight
How
and
you
he just
guys
left
doing?
And turned his phone off the entire night.
And when was the last time before that you had a fight where you went to Daytona?
Maybe a couple weeks before that.
What's in Daytona?
What the fuck kind of stereotype is that, Cheese? Cheese is like, I thought Indians were supposed to be polite or something. Who the fuck thinks that?
Josh left midday.
What?
roughly 9 a.m.
Where
the next
on
morning,
earth?
claiming
Yeah,
to have been
They're
out with his
fucking,
food.
they're
The second
fucking
detective went out
degenerates,
with tribute
dude.
And engaged the suspect from a completely
They're literally
different
the
angle.
rudest bastards on the planet.
Yeah, they're like, hey, you bloody fucker, you bloody rascal.
Yes, sir.
Matthew
You
is Amelia's
bloody
ex-boyfriend.
bastard.
How's your relationship with Josh?
I mean, we fight a lot.
When was the last time?
Like nothing crazy. Like 2 weeks ago.
What happened 2 weeks ago?
Fuck your ass and fuck the
he
great.
went
What the
through-
fuck are
I
you
went out
talking about?
with-
Who the hell is
A few friends, and I guess someone texted me and like flipped
Andy?
out.
Shut
Has his
up.
behavior changed recently?
Dude, your fan base is like, we are the retards.
Have you ever seen any violent tendencies other than...
He gets really angry.
Okay.
He like yells.
What happens when he gets really angry?
I mean, he yells really loud. He like punches stuff like the wall. So yeah,
Are we safe to assume that Julian's the most important person in your life?
absolutely 100%.
All right. Are you scared of Josh?
No.
If he did something wrong that put your son and your son's future and your future in jeopardy, would you tell us about it?
Of course.
Okay. That's all I got.
Just a few more things. Like Detective Murphy said, I think you're kind of at this crossroads right now, okay? You've got Josh, who you probably love, and he's your husband, okay? But you also have Julian. And you got a picture of that little boy, you got a picture of not being able to watch him grow up. Think about that for a second. Think about being put somewhere.
I don't even know why you're
so
bringing.
weird.
Only way you're in contact with him is
Subtitles.
through letters.
Yeah, there's a,
Disappear.
yeah.
In prison.
It's really, really fucking
little boy growing
lazy.
up.
You haven't played
He's
the
been growing up with his
game. It's
grandparents,
called
maybe?
Mystic
Mhm.
Knights or Galarian's
You're showing up
Ash.
to try to take him away from them.
Wow.
I'm not saying that's
Wow.
We're gonna take your kids away from you, okay? If Josh screwed up, he screwed up. That's not on you. And anything you know about that, we need to know about. He messed us up. He did this. He did this. And I don't want to go in there and have him tell me that you told him to go do it. Do you understand this? This whole thing. I'm talking about
And
him.
no,
As
Cheese,
you
I
may
have
have
not
noticed, the
seen
detectives haven't mentioned the murders yet. They've been keeping it as open as possible in the hopes she will volunteer the element herself.
We can't do this anymore. Now's the time. Tell us what he did. So you can look at your son and say, I did the right thing in the end. What did he do?
What did he do? The numbers, Mason.
I don't want to go to jail. I don't
Tell us.
want
Listen,
to.
you have to trust us. Okay?
I don't want to get in trouble for
We know
any
you
of
didn't do
this.
this. We know
I
you
don't want to
didn't.
get in trouble for any of this.
What did he
Nothing
do?
to do with
What did he
me.
do?
I don't know the severity of what he did.
And there we have it. What appeared to be the brink of a very compelling
Did the
confession.
screen go
Listen,
black?
Amelia remains obtuse.
Yeah, hang on a second.
And this repeats itself.
It's 'cause
for the
I
next
fucking
3.5
pulled up
minutes until the
Discord
lead
on my
detective decides that
computer,
he's had enough.
so-
He will now reveal the extent of the investigation's evidence and get to the real
Hang
reason
on.
why she's sitting in this interrogation room.
I know you're just dying to get back into seeing the video, aren't you, Corbin?
Yeah.
Look, Mr. JCS was talking.
So now we really need.
Not about anything I care about.
How did they die?
Look, I am not gripped by this video. It is not gripping me. I am completely unsmegging
Now's
gripped.
the time, okay? Because let's listen to me. Listen to me. You're all over their stuff talking to them. You took money from their father. This was not an amicable. Let's talk about this.
No, of course, yeah. I don't. That. Whoa.
This is how you get in trouble for murder.
Me?
Yeah. Let me explain it to you, okay? Let me explain it to you.
Seriously, this is a video they actually
Okay,
like
you find out
made
that
to
you
try and
know,
pass
shape,
off to
way,
their
shape, or
fan
form,
base.
that
Like
you're
this
providing some type
is
of alibi.
this is
To
bad.
Josh, that you're telling us he was somewhere where he wasn't, that you're lying to us about where he was, what you know, what you don't know, about the gun, about any of it. If we find that out, guess what you become?
I don't know.
You
A
become
criminal.
Principal to homicide in the first degree.
I don't want to go to jail. I didn't do anything. So, if whatever you guys need to know, I can tell you as
Yes,
much
we
as I
need to know.
know.
We need to know what Josh did. We need to know. And anything that you know about it, you need to tell us. Okay? You need to. This is the time, right now. All right? You gotta understand that. Okay? What did he tell you?
I am so glad Spencer wanted to go back, like have it only be at 1.5 instead of two fucking, because it's so much better.
Biggest thing right
I'm
now,
so glad we get to hear more of the video.
There's gonna.
I need to know that I'm going home.
This is one of the few things police can't actually lie about. They can't make promises with respect to sentencing in exchange for compliance, as this would render an interrogation inadmissible. They can divert and deflect from the element to avoid shutting it down altogether, but they absolutely must not substantiate it as a guarantee.
I need to know that I'm going to see my son. I need to know that I have no part of this whatsoever.
If you didn't know he was gonna go over there and do that, then that's
I
fine.
have no.
Listen, you don't want me to go in there and him tell me, guess what? I went over there. She gave me the address. She told me to go over there and take care of the problem. Do you understand that? What if he says that?
I didn't do anything. I didn't even know
Right,
these
so
people.
so
Oh my
listen.
god.
Listen,
There's
I
some
was
whores
told
in this
she told me
house.
to go.
There's some whores in this
She told me
house.
this is all her idea. And again, this is
You know, when Ben Shapiro saying WAP.
He's done things to you in the past. Do you think he's got any loyalty to you whatsoever? Or do you think I'm probably putting you squarely in the middle of this?
I do not want to go to jail. I don't. Like, if I get fired, okay, let me get fired at work, but I don't want to go to jail.
We need to be able to go to them and say she's completely 100% honest and truthful with us. We didn't have to give her a polygraph. We didn't have to do any of that stuff. She told us everything, okay?
And then if I do tell you everything, how am I promise I'm not going to go to jail?
Again, we can't make you promises, but what we can say is...
The investigator is clutching at straws trying to navigate this element, literally. He will now provide a very generic compromise, which Amelia will immediately see through, and in exactly 2 seconds, she will shake her head, as if to say, no deal.
What the fuck?
She was remorseful. She didn't leave anything else.
What the hell?
I'm not going to sit here right now and say you're being 100%
They've never had that kind of shit in their videos before.
You know that you want to get out, but you're just scared.
Yeah, I'm scared.
Okay, well, you know what? That's something we're going to have to work through, okay? But we can work through that stuff.
Amelia takes the advice and tries to work on her issues.
I want to know that I'm not going to go to jail. Like, that's what I want to know. I didn't do anything. I didn't conspire anything. My intention is not to hurt anybody.
Listen to me for just a second, because we can't...
When was this uploaded again?
6 days ago now.
But I can tell you right, well, the one thing I can guarantee you is, if you withhold this information, or if you lie about it, you're not just going to go to jail. You're going to go to prison for a very, very long time.
I don't want to go to either or. I don't want to do either.
Tell this man everything you know. Tell the truth, and it starts from there, Amelia.
Okay. When she had called me about the whole situation.
She repeats how her conversation went with Cynthia.
And then she told me on Friday.
Now it's starting to get kind of more like they're editing with the fast forwarding here.
That she was going to go into the branch. I told her if she wants to come, she can come and see me on Friday. And I haven't heard from her since.
She's still giving the detectives absolutely nothing they can use, so they reinstate the pressure.
You don't want to be wrapped up in this. You didn't do this, okay? He's bringing this on you. You understand what I'm saying?
Seriously, this guy really sounds like Ben Shapiro when he's fast forwarded.
He did. I don't think it's... Am I right in that? I mean, you're not worried about telling me.
I don't care about him.
Right. That's point, okay. That's kind of where I'm at too. I think you're in a self-preservation mode. Okay.
Absolutely.
Right.
I'm not,
so I understand something.
I don't want to go to jail.
You're gonna have a journey ahead of you. Okay?
Of course.
And again, it starts here. It starts now. And it starts with how you want to see this journey through. Okay?
It starts with one thing. I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try.
I think you're in a volatile relationship with somebody who treats you very badly.
I find it very funny that people trigger the murder of people.
Amelia starts giving away more
She's like, I don't want to go to
after the
jail.
victims were killed.
When he got home, the next day, he came home like around 9 o'clock. My mom was with me on the side of my house, and we were trying to figure out like where was he, what was he doing. He was nervous when he got home. Okay. He was really nervous.
And that's the extent of what she says. She acts like she's beginning to cooperate, then just doesn't. And it's become a pattern at this point.
Are you telling us the truth, that when you walked in this room, you had no idea those two people were dead?
No, I had no clue.
Okay.
I just want to go home. That's all I want to do is I want to go home.
And so then Wednesday, after he dropped Julian off, did he go to work on Wednesday?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. Did you work that day?
I did. I worked all week. I didn't call out until today. This is my first day I called out for this month.
Well, Josh is here.
No deal. Yeah, no deal.
Of course.
Insert title text here.
We got a snack bar down there.
I'm not hungry. My stomach is just...
If you do, just knock on the door. Okay.
Can I use the restroom?
Yeah, we'll get you ready to go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, am I done or?
Well, we have some more talking to do. 28 hours. I can close this interview.
I have a question. Will I be able to go home later today or no?
We're gonna have to see. We're interested in seeing what Josh says.
I just sit in here?
Yeah. So we'll get somebody to take you to the bathroom, and after that, in the meantime, just knock on the door.
This is obviously not the last you'll see of Amelia, and you're now about to see the opening phase of her husband's interrogation, who unbeknownst to her had been waiting in the room directly adjacent for just over 2 hours. The detectives will enter his room 18 minutes after they left Amelia's.
Oh, thanks. Hey, how you doing? Josh?
Yeah.
Seeing that guy open the door while it's fast forwarded was a little derpy.
Hi, Josh. Well, let me explain to you what's going on. Obviously, I'm sure you want to know. Got a couple things we need to go over first before we do that. So you have the right to make...
Boy, Spencer, this sure is an interesting video you brought us.
Okay.
Look, another warning.
I don't know. Let me ask you this question. I'm going to throw this out to you. Why do you think you're sitting here right now?
I honestly have no idea.
No idea?
No idea.
Okay. Have you...
Trust me, the story behind this video is...
This is an indirect confrontation about the theft. The context is that he recently opened...
Oh, what, is there going to be a thing at the end that tells us what the fuck is going on?
Bank of America.
In whose name?
No, that's going to be coming from me.
He explains the process of opening an account.
And yet you really just want me to see the whole thing. I can't just get a sample of it and then you just tell me why it
instead sharply
sucks.
switches the discourse to a more threatening element. You'll notice this interrogation moves at a much faster pace than the one you just saw.
Do you want to...
I did.
Forward. Two.
Yes, I'm skipping forward like a lot. This is really dull.
No. Okay. So you're going to skip forward. Skip forward 11 minutes away from the end of the video.
11 minutes, so 42?
Before. Yeah, 11 minutes before the end.
Okay.
She took care of business when he got home that day. Okay. There's more information, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
She repeats what she told the arresting officer. The second detective will now clarify that Josh's main accusations are false.
So as we sit here right now,
Yes.
Josh telling us that you paid Jay Prasad to kill these people, that's a lie.
That's a lie.
And that's all they need from suspect number 1.
God, this is insane.
I agree with you.
All right, Amelia. The time is now approximately 17:37 hours, that concludes this interview.
I just don't understand why I'm like...
I think we've tried to explain it to you.
I understand that, but I don't want to go to prison for something I didn't do. For something I didn't have a part of. For something that I didn't...
Amelia, we have to try and figure that out.
I just wish you would tell the truth.
Oh. You and me both.
The detectives re-enter Josh's room 14 minutes later at 5:52 p.m. The other narrator
What
will now
the
take you through
fuck?
the second phase of his interrogation.
Better?
Putting everything else aside, just imagine being Josh right now.
What the fuck? Hold on.
Did you hear him say the other narrator? Will?
Is that what he said?
Moment you're in dreamland and
Through the second phase
Yeah,
of his
go back a
interrogation.
little bit.
The detectives re-enter Josh's room 14 minutes later at 5:52 p.m. The other narrator will now be taking you
What
through
other-
the second
what
phase
the
of his
fuck?
interrogation.
Better?
putting everything else aside, just imagine
And an even more obvious AI voice.
being Josh right now. One moment you're in dreamland, and the next you're jolted back into interrogation room reality, being asked if the blanket is helping with the cold by the guy
Better?
who's controlling the thermostat.
Look at they circled them.
So obviously we want to follow up with you because, you know, we want
Yeah,
to
thankfully they circled it, otherwise you wouldn't have noticed.
And, you know, again, we're just trying to understand. She's saying one thing, you're saying another, and we think probably the truth's somewhere in the middle. You understand what we're saying?
Yeah. I probably asked you this already, Josh, but when did you hear about this murder, about these people being killed?
Maybe, I think Wednesday, I didn't even really, probably Thursday.
Okay, did you see their pictures or figure out who they were?
I saw the pictures and I was like, holy shit.
And what did you think?
I was like, what the hell is going on?
Okay, did you ask your wife about what happened?
I didn't ask her anything.
Why not? I mean, to me that would seem like a natural thing.
Well, I asked her, hey, did you talk to Cynthia? And she didn't answer me.
Did you ever tell your wife that you killed these two people, and if she said anything, you would kill her?
No.
And her whole family?
No, never would have said that.
Have you told us the truth today? Yeah. Okay. You initially lied about the gun.
I'll say that on recording. I'm scared of shit. I lied about the gun. But from when I left the house at about 3:30, somewhere around there, I got to Cynthia's house, knocked on the door. Sean answered the door, and I sat and talked with both of them like they were family to me.
Okay.
But after I got done talking to them around 11 o'clock, I got in my car, sat down. I was vaping in my car. The last apartment's here.
Right.
There's a dumpster here.
Yeah.
I was sitting in my car here vaping. He came from this way. Literally, like, I don't know where blindside, because there was a white car parked next to me.
Right. Why did you decide to sit there and vape?
I was trying to...
Does anything else interesting happen?
Yeah, but not after this point. So we can actually stop here if you would like to.
Okay, yeah, because this is really fucking boring.
What are your thoughts?
Like I said, it's really fucking boring. My theories are either they got really fucking lazy, shit out and threw the fucking interrogation into ChatGPT, and said write a JCS video, and then used 11 labs to get the narrator's voice, and then for some reason did it with a different voice later on, or actually no, that I was gonna say the narrator just half-assed it and then they brought in the AI one, but it still doesn't make sense because the first one still very clearly to me sounds like AI. The whole thing seems AI generated, and they just shit it out to be quick. Or again, they were hacked, and someone did it. Or to me, the most likely thing at this point seems like it was like low effort to try and shit something out to make money from AdSense. But again, there's a couple of other theories, I suppose. But it's not good.
So now I'm going to say what the pinned comment on this was.
Okay.
The pinned comment from the JCS channel, and it said, next video in a couple weeks, and guys, we hear you complaining about the voice. We'll fix it for the next video.
The voice is far from the only problem.
So the current theory is that the current most popular theory is that whoever ran the JCS channel beforehand. Oh, by the way, people did actually ask the narrator guy on Twitter if he had anything to do with this. And he didn't give a definitive answer, but he did say that I hope they'll contact me again with scripts in the future. Implying that he had nothing to do with this video. So confirmed that is an AI voice.
Yeah, that clearly was.
And so the current thought is that whoever originally ran the channel he sold it to someone else who's trying to make this a content farm.
Yeah.
Where they have the AI voice, AI script, and probably like some weird editing things. And the pinned comment specifically said next video in a couple weeks as well.
Yeah.
So they're trying to get it out real fast.
And
the theory is that. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, does AI editing software exist? Because I feel like it might. That doesn't seem too out of the realm of possibility, right?
I don't know if it does, but I mean, a lot of the I
edits are
imagine
weird,
at the very least, I would imagine that there's an AI that suggests specific edits.
Yeah, or like maybe some sort of AI code that they just put into editings. Like they have some sort of code that has the AI run the editing software.
Yeah. And so the theory with the last 10 minutes, how there's a different narrator, is that it probably time.
It's so boring. Corbin fell asleep.
It probably takes time to get to emulate the actual voice, and so I think, and a lot of other people think, that they were testing the waters with the second narrator and see if people found that upsetting. Which is why the pinned comment says, "Don't worry, we'll fix it for the next video," because they were testing the waters and it failed.
Yeah, you see what this recommended video is, right? The betrayal of JCS, criminal psychology.
Sorry, so that like a response video to this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But yeah, so like a lot of absolutely crazy things happening here. Oh, I was reading the comments just now, and so JCS really crumbled like a deck of chair.
A deck of chair?
So there is a moment in this video where the guy is telling his story, and then he crumbles, and the narrator says he folded like a deck chair, crumbled like cooked spaghetti.
Okay.
Which that sounds like something an AI would write, right?
Yeah, I suppose. Corbin literally fell asleep from this piece of shit.
That's really funny.
All right, well, there's that response. That was something. What a steaming pile of horseshit that was.
It's unfortunate that this happened to JCS. Maybe it can be fixed with the outrage. I mean, they did delete the video literally 12 hours after it came out.
See, like, if you're gonna do, like, AI videos, you should make retarded shit posts like Corbin does. Like, here, let's watch a good video for comparison. Hold on.
Let's watch a good video.
As in one of Corbin's videos. This is a video that I put a prompt in to ChatGPT because of a recurring joke in the Discord server from when we were watching Sopranos. And don't worry, there's no spoilers or anything.
Real quick, before you actually start this, if you want a JCS-related video, guys, Matt Lurchard channel, their video, Everything Happened So Fast, the Apple River Stabbing. It's literally the second video as the time from the top of the time of this stream. That's a really good video. Very JCS-like. Highly recommend it.
Okay.
It actually showed in my recommended as the next video. After the JCS video that I watched when I watched it originally on his channel.
Okay. But no, here's how you do an AI video. Now, granted, this isn't narrated by AI. It's narrated by Guy.
Jewish noises!
Tony Soprano, the Italian George Costanza. Tony Soprano is a complex character, a paradox of charisma.
Wait, who's narrating this?
But strip away.
Guy Safari, also known as Lots of Spaghetti Man now. Well, not now. That was his original channel.
And what was the prompt?
Do you want me to tell you what I put into the prompt specifically? Because if I tell you too specific, it'll give away part of it, I think.
Okay, you could tell me after.
Yeah.
Away the mob drama, the existential crises in the New Jersey setting, and what do you get? A striking resemblance to George Costanza from Seinfeld. Yes. That's
By the way, this beginning, he's cracking up on this line because I don't know if you know the inside joke, but maybe I'll tell you that after. But there's a reason he's having such a hard time delivering this line. And by the way, I didn't edit it down. So when he's like stumbling over this line and cracking up, that's because I just left it in.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. That's Tony.
Damn.
Alright. Yes. That's Tony Soprano. He is funny. But not always intentionally so. Let's break down why Tony Soprano, in all his chaotic glory, might just be the Italian George Costanza. Exhibit A, the self-absorption. Both Tony and George are masters of self-absorption. George's infamous worlds colliding speech could easily be something Tony says in a therapy to Dr. Melfi. Tony's constant need to be the center of attention, whether at the dinner table or in the mob, mirrors George's belief that everything revolves around him. That's Tony Soprano. He's funny in his relentless ability to make every situation about himself. Exhibit 2. The food obsession. If there's one thing Tony Soprano and George Costanza can't resist, it's food. George's escapades with pastrami sandwiches and calzones feels like lighter versions of Tony's near-religious devotion to gabagool and ice cream. Remember the scene where Tony angrily scolds someone for wasting a good cut of meat? That's Tony Soprano. He's funny. But deadly serious. Exhibit 3. The dysfunctional relationships. Tony and George's Tony and George's love lives are a mess, to put it mildly. George's string of disastrous relationships feels like a comedic counterpart to Tony's affairs and marital struggles. Both men are their own worst enemies, sabotaging relationships with their insecurities and compulsions. That's Tony Soprano. He's funny, as his emotional immaturity causes chaos. Exhibit, who's counting? 4? Yeah. The fear of mortality. While Tony grapples in existential dread in therapy, George famously panics about his shrinking lifespan. Remember The Summer of George? Both characters share a preoccupation with death and legacy, but Tony's mob ties make his fear more immediate. Still, watching Tony hyperventilate about his ducks or his kids' futures has an almost Costanza-like absurdity. That's Tony Soprano. He's funny, even when he's spiraling. Exhibit 5, the overreaction to petty problems. Who else but Tony Soprano could turn a minor insult of inconvenience into a full-blown crisis? George's vendettas.
Yeah, you're right. Corbin does do great edits. Maybe because I edit all of his videos.
Tendencies to hold grudges over perceived slights. When Tony orders a hit because someone disrespected him, you can almost hear George whining. You know, we're living in a society. That's Tony Soprano. He's funny, but his overreactions are often have deadly consequences. Exhibits the questionable ethic. Yeah, it's 6. Yeah, hey, I said that. The questionable ethics. Neither Tony nor George could be called a moral paragon. George lies, cheats, and steals his way through life, while Tony's moral flexibility is at the core of his character.
See, this is a great palate cleanser after how fucking boring that video was.
Their actions with twisted logic that's as hilarious as it is disturbing. That's Tony Soprano. He's funny.
Is Tony Soprano known for
his
being
rationalizations leave you shaking?
I mean, yes, yes and no. But that's not what the joke is.
The everyday humor. Finally, what makes both Tony and George iconic in their ability to make the mundane entertaining. Tony's rants about a lost shoe or a bad dinner is as engaging as George's triad about double-dipping a chip. These moments remind us that the mob boss or unemployed neurotic, they're just regular guys trying to navigate a ridiculous world. That's Tony Soprano. He's funny. And in these moments, he's downright relatable. So the next time you watch The Sopranos, look past the violence and drama and see the Costanza within. That's Tony Soprano. He's funny. A little tragic, and undeniably unforgettable.
Okay, so first I'll tell you what the inside joke is. So when we were watching Sopranos, basically, like every time we watched Sopranos, if Guy showed up, he'd be like, "Oh, that's Tony Soprano. He's funny. He's like the Italian George Costanza." And then,
Okay.
and so when I wrote the prompt, I wrote write an article explaining why Tony Soprano is the Italian George Costanza, and use the phrase "That's Tony Soprano. He's funny" at least 7 times.
That's a good video right there. That's a good AI video right there.
A lot of Corbin's videos are AI. Oh yeah, you saw Jesse Coffey's election night freak out, obviously.
Yeah, I did. I commented on the stream.
Yeah, on it. Yeah. Did you know that Jesse Coffey stupidly told everyone where to fucking find his mom's nudes in a magazine?
Wait, what?
Yeah, here, hold on. Let me go to his channel. I literally own the magazine now.
What?
Yeah, unless he deleted it. If he deleted it, then no, he did not. My mom apparently posed nude for this issue of the National Lampoon. She played the 10th grade English teacher in an article titled The Naked Truth. So he not only tells us what issue she was in, but where to find, like, who she was in it. I'll only show you the cover of the issue from February 1989. The picture of the aforementioned
article. He shows us the fucking cover.
Yeah. Yeah. The aforementioned article is NSFW and will not be posted here. During these sessions, my mom became great friends with the cast of National Lampoon, blah, 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 right? He just goes on, but, like, then, of course, you know, naturally, when he tells people where to fucking find his mom's nudes, I've had to ban people from my Discord server just now because they were spamming pictures of my mom in the February 1989 issue of the National Lampoon without my permission and without my blessing. And they were practically bullying me about them, which is absolutely wrong. What's worse is that they accompanied the spamming with attempts to... Go ahead.
I love how in his video about how that's... Sorry, in his community post about how that's not cool, he's saying the exact issue again.
Yeah. But yeah, I do own the issue now. Here, let me show it on stream.
Another thing I forgot to.
I'm not going to show the picture.
I forgot to say about.
What's that?
No. I wasn't gonna. Another thing about the JCS channel. So before that video went up, the JCS channel had the community tab, which what we're on right now. And now it doesn't. They deleted it.
Huh. Yeah, see? I've got the magazine. Like, you can't see it here, but the stream can see it with my shitty camera. There we go.
Some really good snoring for the chat.
Oh, yeah. Well, that was a thing.
That was a thing.
All right. Well, Corbin and I were going to maybe stream like Halo Wars or Gears of War after this, but, I guess if he's not awake, I'll play fucking Yick or something some more, because I'm still playing 1.5.
What, you can't play Halo Wars with me? The fuck?
Anyway, I'm going to wrap this stream up. We'll figure out everything else after that. There's a live response. Don't know if this is going in the responses playlist, but we'll see.
I suppose we will see. He didn't respond to the whole video, so...
I don't think I could get through that whole video.
No, it's fine. Honestly, we got to the juicy parts, and at least I said the one with folded like a deck chair. Hey, Google deck chair real quick. See what a deck chair looks like. See if it folds.
Well, yeah, like a wait. Is a deck chair like? Is that not what? Okay, hold on. Oh. I mean, look, like this kind folds. Patio chairs, right?
Yeah,
patio furniture.
Folds.
That's patio furniture. I mean, granted, patio deck, kind of the same thing. So I mean, it works. Patio furniture. It's an Irish man who sells couches. Anyway, gonna end the stream.
Folded like spaghetti.
Mom spaghetti. Anyway.